Right now, a machine the size of a small car is moving through complete darkness. It has been moving for 48 years. It was built with parts that engineers today can no longer buy. It runs on heat from decaying metal, and the people keeping it alive are sending instructions into space, then waiting 45 hours to find out if anything worked. Voyager 1 is still out there, but it is not what it was. In September of 1977, NASA launched 2 spacecraft within weeks of each other, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. They were sent to study the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and then, if everything went to plan, keep going. They were not designed to last forever. Nobody said they were. But here is what happened. They kept working. They flew past Jupiter in 1979 and sent back images no human being had ever seen. Volcanic eruptions on one of Jupiter's moons, ring structures around Jupiter itself, then Saturn, then further. And the world fell in love with the idea of them. 2 small machines, carrying a golden record, a disk etched with sounds and greetings from Earth, sailing out into the dark forever. Most people, if you ask them today, will tell you Voyager 1 is still out there, doing what it always did. A symbol, a probe, proof of what humans can do when they decide to reach.
There was a photograph that became famous, taken by Voyager 1 on the 14th of February, 1990. The camera was pointed back toward the sun, and there, in a scattered beam of sunlight, was Earth. A point of light, less than 1 pixel across. 34 minutes after that photograph was taken, engineers on the ground sent a command, and Voyager's camera was turned off. It has never been turned on again. That moment did not feel like an ending at the time. It felt like a pause. It was not a pause.
That means when something goes wrong on Voyager 1, you find out nearly a full day later, and your fix arrives nearly a full day after that. To understand what 25 billion kilometers actually means, think about it this way. The Sun is roughly 150 million kilometers from Earth. That number already sounds large, but Voyager 1 is now more than 160 times further than that. If you drove a car at highway speed, without stopping, it would take you approximately 45,000 years to reach it. It is not coming back. And it is running out of power. Voyager 1 is kept alive by 3 devices. They convert heat from decaying metal into electricity. When Voyager launched in 1977, those devices produced about 470 watts of power. Enough to run a few light bulbs. Each year, they lose roughly 4 watts. After 48 years of never stopping, as of right now, in 2026, they are producing less than half their original power. Every watt matters now. Every heater that stays on keeps the fuel lines from freezing. Every instrument that stays active draws from a supply that can never be refilled. And so, one by one, they are switching things off. Years ago, before any of the recent failures, the Voyager science and engineering teams sat down together and made a list. The list decided which instruments would be switched off and in what order as power declined. They planned the ending before it started. In February 2025,
They switched off the instrument that had been measuring cosmic rays since the day of launch. Then another instrument on Voyager 2. Then, on the 17th of April 2026, engineers sent commands to shut down Voyager 1's own particle measuring instrument, one that had been running almost without interruption since launch day in 1977. Nearly 49 years of continuous operation, switched off in a single command. Confirmed 45 hours later.
Voyager 1 now has 2 instruments left. One listens to the space between the stars. One measures the pull of magnetic fields. That is all that remains of a spacecraft launched with 10 instruments, designed to map the outer solar system. 8 of the original 10. Gone. Now, here is the thought experiment. Imagine you are on Voyager 1 right now. You are moving at 17 kilometers per second. You have been moving that fast for 48 years, and you will never slow down. There is nothing out here to stop you. The temperature around you is approximately minus 270 degrees, a fraction above the absolute coldest anything in the universe can be. You look back toward the sun. It is still visible, but it is no longer the dominant star in the sky. It is one bright point among many. Without instruments, you could not identify which one it was. Earth is invisible, completely. Not as a dot, not as a flicker, nothing. You are alone in a way that has no comparison in human experience. And the question that remains open, the one no instrument has yet answered, is what the space between stars is actually made of. Not in theory, in measured, verified detail. Voyager 1 is the only object humanity has ever placed in this region. When its last instrument goes dark, that measurement stops. Permanently.
There is a plan currently being tested called the Big Bang. Engineers are attempting to reroute power across Voyager's systems in a way that has never been tried before, trying to buy the probe more time. The plan is being tested on Voyager 2 first. If it works, it will be attempted on Voyager 1 no earlier than July 2026. It may not. Nobody knows. What engineers do know is that even under the best circumstances, Voyager 1's power will not sustain any science instrument past the early 2030s. After that point, the signal that has been arriving at Earth for 48 years will continue, but it will carry no data. A signal going nowhere. And then, in approximately 40,000 years, long after every language on Earth has changed beyond recognition, long after everything we have built has been reduced to geology, Voyager 1 will drift within 1.6 light-years of a distant star. That star has no way of knowing what approaches. It produces no response. Voyager 1 will pass, and the universe will record nothing. A spacecraft built by a species that no longer exists, passing a star that does not notice.
We built something that outlasted our attention. The instruments are going dark, one at a time, in an order that was decided in a meeting room on Earth. The people in that room will not be alive when the last one switches off. The people alive when it happens will not remember why it was built. The signal will keep going, not because anyone is listening, because there is nothing out there to stop it. Voyager 1 does not know it is alone. We do.
This is Infinitum space.